Juliet and I are now here in Christchurch, New Zealand. Had quite an easy flight from Melbourne yesterday, and the first thing to note about Christchurch is the damage from the earthquake is still very obvious. This here is the cathedral, and you'll be able to see it's in a very poor state, but it's going to be fixed up over the next 10 years or so. But yeah, we're just having a wander around here, and there's not too much to do here, just a few bits and bobs. But the first stop for us now is some breakfast. So we've now reached the Bridge of Remembrance, very nice structure in front of us. And next up for us is following this river and going to the Botanical Gardens. So Juliet and I have just been walking around, and we've been to the memorial to the earthquake which happened here about 10 years ago, 10 years ago. And now we're just in the Botanical Gardens, having a walk around after visiting the museum. And now we're pretty much done with Christchurch. Actually, there's not a great deal else to do. So we're going to be going back to our hotel, and tomorrow we're going to be picking up another camper van and heading out to explore the country. Juliet and I are at the Aircraft Museum here in Christchurch. Very nice displays showing New Zealand's Air Force and the aircraft they've used. We've now picked up our new camper car from a company called Spaceships, and we'll be showing you around that in a little bit. But for now we're going to be driving to a peninsula just outside Christchurch, and we'll get back to you when we're driving along the very scenic roads there. Juliet and I have now left Christchurch, and we've come down the road to the Banks Peninsula, which is a lovely little place just outside of the city. It's about an hour away. And the point of us coming here is to have an overnight camping stop here and see these very scenic views. And then tomorrow we're going to go to a place called Akaroa, which I think is the correct pronunciation. And we have a dolphin boat viewing experience. But for now we're just doing this lovely road, and I think a bit later on today we're going to go to a Maori cultural centre. We have now driven down the road to a place called Okains Bay, which is just here on this map. Be able to see it there. And this map here is of the entire area of this bit of New Zealand, so you can see Christchurch over there, and we're on this peninsula here. And this museum's just got a bit of a history about the Maori who live in this area and some of the area's colonial past. And it's a very interesting museum to come and visit. Just outside the museum we have some original and authentic Maori war canoes in this boathouse. And these got out onto the river just down here, down these rail tracks. And apparently once a year there is a festival where these are actually used. And here we have one on the river itself, looking very impressive. And you can get a really nice view down the river here towards the sea, which is just behind those trees there. Juliet and I have now reached Okains Bay, and we're camping just in the trees over there, and we'll give a little tour around the camper car in a bit. But for now we're just walking along this lovely beach and looking out towards the sea. We have now arrived at Akaroa, and we're here to do some dolphin swimming and some general looking at the animals in the harbour here. We're going to be going a little tour with these eco-seeker people here in front of us. But for the time being we're just hanging around in this nice town, and I thought I'd take the opportunity to give a little bit of a look at our camper van. So it's just a people carrier really, but it has a bed in here, and the way it works is the seats at the front turn around and the bed sort of folds out onto them, and it's actually very comfortable. And then in the back you have a cooking sort of setup and so on, but we're not really using that very much. But yeah, for us, next thing to do is get on this boat and go out onto the sea.
Like any penguin, it's built to be on the water. They're great swimmers. They can actually desalinate, so you can come right up onto here if you want. They can desalinate the salt water. They've got a lot of oil waterproofing that they have a gland by their tail. They spread that amongst all their feathers. I think that's what this one's just been doing. It's quite ruffled up at the moment. Hasn't quite finished that process.
We are out on the boat looking for some dolphins. We've already seen a couple, and there's more to be seen out here, I'm sure.
Around this area, guys. Guys, we're gonna just set up the ladder here. This might be where we get into the water with the dolphins. There's quite a few around. We'll let you know when to come to the back of the boat. Suggest that you do your wetsuit up and just start to get yourselves ready. I'll open up that front door just so you can start to put the jackets downstairs if you like.
So we're now in the water with some dolphins. They are around, as you'll have seen. It's a bit nippy, but it's okay. We're just going to see how these dolphins are now. Thousands of them. So we're back in the water.
Yeah.
With more dolphins.
I'm going that direction as well. Oh yeah. To your right, look.
Oh yeah.
There they are, right?
There we are.
Back towards you, then down to your second target. More dolphins down behind us as well. Oh yeah.
He's right on the front of me. He's literally right there. That's it.
dolphins are this side as well.
I'll show you.
There goes a little penguin just swam past the group as well. Pretty cool penguin.
It flew its nose over.
Oh, cool.
Juliet and I are here with the dolphins, and we've seen an awful lot of them. We've got very close to them, and now we're just going back on the boat over there. But there are still quite a lot of dolphins hanging around. And here we have some New Zealand fur seals chilling out on these rocks. We've had a really good time in the water here, seen a lot of dolphins. Now we've got some seals to have a look at. And then later on today, Juliet will be leaving where we are, and we're going to be driving about 4 hours to a lake in the centre of a southern island, where we're going to be doing some astrophotography. We're just having another look at these seals, bit of a zoomed in view to get a better look at them.
Seals you can hear there.
Do most of their hunting at night. You can see on the adult there, it's got a small sensitive whiskers on their nose. That's how they detect their prey in the water at night.
We are now here at Lake Tekapo. We've had about a 3-hour drive from the dolphins, and we're going to be camping here overnight, and later on we're getting a good view of the night sky. This is a great place to stargaze, but for now we just have this lovely view out across the lake. Juliet and I are now at the campsite, which is just round up there. It's a nice campsite, not too expensive, but we've just got this lovely view here of Lake Tekapo again. We're sort of on the other side of the lake this time, just looking back towards the mountains, and it's really, really pretty. It's going to be it for today. Next stop for us is night photos over in the main town. There's a lovely church to take some photos of, which isn't going to be much good on a GoPro. But the next stop for us tomorrow is going to be Mount Cook, and we'll get back to you then.